Just imagine you walk into a bookstore and pick up a book called The Life and Times of Abraham Lincoln. So you open it up, and the very first line says, Abraham Lincoln died. And here's what happened after. You'd probably think, wait, what? That's the life of Abraham Lincoln? And yet, that's exactly what happens in this week's Parsha. It's called Chayei Sarah, the life of Sarah. But the whole thing happens after she passes away. It starts with her burial, continues with Yitzchak's marriage to Rivka, through which he found comfort for losing his mom, and ends with Abraham remarrying, an event that certainly came as a result of Sarah's passing. So why call it the life of Sarah? The answer, my friends, is that in the Torah view, life doesn't end with death. In fact, the real measure of a person's life is what happens afterwards. The influence they leave, the way their children behave, and if their values carry on. And indeed, throughout the entire Parsha, we see Sarah's life shining on, in the kind of home that Yitzchak and Rivka built, and in the way Avram continued her vision. You see, Avram was a father to many nations, but Sarah always believed the divine flow should be channeled specifically through Yitzchak, through the Jewish people. And in the end, Avram affirms her view. He buys Ma'aras HaMachpelah, the cave of Machpelah in Hebron, which used to be a shrine for all humanity, and makes it exclusively for the patriarchs and matriarchs of the people of Israel. When finding a wife for his son Yitzchak, Avram rejects matches that are outside the covenant. And in the end, while he indeed does give parting gifts to his other children, he gives kol asher loi, everything he had, to his son Yitzchak. So yes, it's called Chayei Sarah, because even after Sarah passed on, she didn't stop living. Her values lived on, her vision lived on, and that is truly eternal life. This week, my friends, is the famous Kinus HaShluchim, when the Rebbe's army of emissaries convenes in New York for our annual battery recharge. More than 3 decades after his physical passing, we continue to see Chayei Rebbe, that the Rebbe's mission and everything he stood for not only lives on, but continues to thrive exponentially. And that's his legacy to each and every one of us. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevarach.